I've been working on the ferry since 2009, and then I got my license in 2011 and been running it ever since. Yeah, we see quite a few barges, you know, up and down the river. And we get a lot of tourists, a lot of farm equipment. Yeah, there's lots of large farms in the three, you know, surrounding states. Since 2009, it's been ran by the Mississippi County Port Authority. To my knowledge, back 1900, the Lattices used it for their personal farm use, and then he collected fares from, you know, people needing to get to Kentucky and Missouri, you know, just like we do now. And then I learned that the John Boyer, I believe it was, owned it and ran it for several years before that, and that's the earliest history I know of. As a kid, you know, I've been up to Columbus, Belmont State Park. I've always heard about the chain they stretched across Mississippi to stop traffic from getting any farther south.
The Confederates moved in from Tennessee, and they took this place simply because of the bluffs here. They quickly moved the chain from Fort Pillow, which is just north of Memphis, and brought it up here because this was a more strategic point to block the river. General Leonidas Polk is in charge of Fort DeRussy. It is an earthen fort. The river does not look anything today like it did in 1861. In 1861, there was a huge bend just north of here where the river flowed west. As you look up the river today, you're looking at 7 miles. As the Union gunboats would come down the river, for them to get caught on the chain of the 140 guns that could shoot from 1 to 3 miles, could easily take them out. The Confederates are only here from September of 61 to March of 62. General Grant was stationed at Cairo. Grant decided to attack across the river at Camp Johnston. It was a lookout post. Grant was successful in taking the camp, but the 140 guns could reach the camp. He had to make a hasty retreat, go back to his gunboats who were around the bend. But Grant, after he had attacked over here and had lost the battle, and he knew that Columbus was known as the Gibraltar of the West, and he felt that it could not be taken without a tremendous amount of loss of life. So he chose to go up the Tennessee and the Cumberland rivers and take out Forts Henry and Fort Donelson. And he had the ability to get on the supply line and cut this place off and cause it to fall like Vicksburg did about a year and a half later.
It's 160 acres. We have a 38-site campground. We are a part of Kentucky State Parks. We also, of course, have this museum that you're seeing today. It tells the history of this site as well as the history of the Civil War.